What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Justice League movie and some other things. So the Justice League movie is just about to wrap up. It's airing in the cinemas in the next couple of days or week, I guess you could say, and it's going to wrap up around $650 million, which means it won't be financially a successful project. It needs to turn over around $750 million to even break even. So the movie will break even once the home release comes out. It's pretty obvious. So a lot of websites are going to say that the Justice League project failed because it didn't break even, but that doesn't really matter because you shouldn't judge a success of a movie based on how much money it's going to make. So Black Panther is coming out recently, it's going to be coming out next year, but at the moment it's already tracking to actually beat the Justice League domestically in America. So everyone's saying it's gonna go by Black Panther. Box office is going to track bigger than Justice League. But guys, that doesn't really mean anything because Marvel is 19 movies in to its MCU career. It's 10 years in and it is the last movie before Infinity Wars. Kevin Feige said it's got a massive crossover to Infinity Wars. So Kevin Feige and Marvel are going to be ramping up, geared towards like you have to see this to watch Infinity Wars. So in my opinion, Justice League was the most successful superhero movie of the year for many reasons. Why was it? It had the right combination of talent. What do I mean by this? The chemistry between Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg. We had Ben Affleck, we had Ezra Miller, we had Gal Gadot, we have Jason Momoa, we had Ray Fisher. Such a great casting. If anyone else did this movie, if anyone else played Batman, played the Flash, this movie wouldn't have worked. So a lot of the success of the movie was down to the combination of the talent. After Zack Snyder's kind of movie and script with Chris was edited and kind of changed so much, it still worked due to the right combination of talent. The popularities of superheroes. No one thought that Batman, Superman, the Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg and Wonder Woman would ever make it into a live action movie, as it's been tried before and it's never worked. So this is technically the first time we've had a live action movie on the big screen. The Justice League was done, I guess you could say, on Smallville, but not on this scale. So just the fact that this movie made it to the cinema was such an amazing thing. The naysayers, there was so much criticism about this before it came out. The reshoots, Zack Snyder having to leave the project, that multiple people didn't even think this movie would make it to the cinema. So the fact that the Justice League movie made it to the cinema was one of the most incredible things about the movie, that it actually made it to the cinema. A lot of people thought when the reshoot started that the movie was going to be delayed, everything was going to go wrong, but it was so successful that this movie actually made it. DC fanboys loved it, although a lot of the critics tried to discredit it with the Rotten Tomatoes score, but we all know about the Rotten Tomatoes score. Just look at the newest Star Wars movie. The critics gave it 93, yet the audience gave it a 50%, yet the Justice League movie got so much bad press. The critics gave it 40, yet the attendance score gave it 80, which tells me that the press always give the DCEU negative press, which does have a massive impact on how much money the movie made. If this movie was just a Zack Snyder movie and there was no Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers getting involved, the movie would have critically been much better, but of course it is a DCEU film, so it's gonna have a lot of negative press. Don't know why Wonder Woman was so much different. The determination from Zack Snyder. This movie was many years in the making, and it was a masterpiece of a movie in the sense of the Zack Snyder scenes. You can tell the transparency, the difference from what was Zack Snyder and what was a mock-up reshoot. I mean, I'm itchy, you smell good, didn't really work together. You could tell that Zack Snyder and his team worked incredibly hard on this script for 2 years. It was such a critical success in my opinion, and I don't care what anyone says. Justice League movie was the most successful movie this year. It was more successful than Logan, than Spider-Man, than any other superhero movie, and it was a success even though financially it wasn't successful. You can't judge a movie on how successful it is, and I guess some people are going to say it was Warner Brothers' least successful movie in terms of money. Obviously they had the It movie. Warner Brothers produces lots of movie every single year. So I guess you could say in that sense it wasn't successful, but you can't just judge a movie on how financially successful a movie is. A lot of the kind of things about these movies and what makes them great are, you don't judge a movie on how much it makes. You judge a movie on, did you like it? Yes. No one went to watch Justice League movie unless you're some kind of person who is an anti-DC kind of let's just hate on it for no reason kind of person. You could not watch the Justice League movie and didn't say that you wouldn't have fun. Superman's Return was epic, guys. So let me know, did you enjoy the Justice League movie, and do you want Justice League 2? How do you think Flashpoint's going to set up? I've been getting some awesome feedback on my Justice League related videos. So anyway guys, let me know, do you think the release of Justice League movie was successful, and are you bothered that Black Panther is tracking more? No one really cares about how well a movie is tracking. I personally don't go watch a movie on how well it's tracking at the box office. That is just sad, to be honest. It doesn't really matter if it's going to be tracking more. Infinity War is going to be tracking a lot more than Justice League. You should not be comparing the 5th DCEU movie to the 19th MCU movie. That makes no sense. Yes, I'm going to go watch Black Panther, but why are people saying it's tracking more than the Justice League? That is absolute irrelevant. That's like comparing Apple to Samsung. It should not be done. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment. Like always, you guys have been awesome. Hit that bell button down below to join Team Warstu and the Warheads, and we will catch you in another Warner Brothers Marvel topic discussion video very soon. Anyway guys, I'll catch you later.